Thanks for checking in with your noon weather update. It is March 14th, 2025. As promised this morning, I would tell you if there was any major changes, and there doesn't seem to be any major changes. So if you saw the forecast this morning, you're good to go about the rest of your day. Enjoy the sunshine and the warmer weather. If you've not seen all this information, let's go ahead and dive into the details. Warm and gusty today with elevated fire danger, especially in the mountains. We have a high wind warning that goes into effect tonight. That's all associated with a storm that is approaching the area. That's going to bring a big risk for severe weather out west today, and then that moves its way into East Tennessee by tomorrow. So Saturday starts with lingering showers as we start to see some decaying showers, maybe a couple thunderstorms across the plateau. Not expecting necessarily any severe weather threat. That's going to ramp up throughout our Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. In the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you can check out just scan that QR code, download the East Tennessee Weather app. It gives you everything you need to know for weather. Whether you're traveling, staying here locally, you get watches and warnings, lightning data, storms approaching, and of course, live weather data or live weather if I'm doing any sort of live broadcast for severe weather, which we'll likely be doing as we get into our Saturday afternoon. So make sure you check that out. And of course, don't forget I'm on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, and all social media, along with the app and the website. And you can find all that information online at easttnweather.com. All right, let's go ahead and move right along. We're just going to highlight the big story for the day today. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 1, 2, 3, and 4 risk for severe storms, with the bullseye being across the northern Mississippi River Valley from St. Louis to Paducah. That's where the greatest risk is for tornadoes and strong tornadoes. So large, long-tracked tornadoes are possible in the Mississippi River Valley. So Memphis, Jackson, Paducah, St. Louis, and right around the Nashville area. And this is going to be late tonight. So we're going to heat up the atmosphere. The storm's just now getting going. We have a severe hail outlook as well, where we could see some incredibly large hails and damaging hail at that. And significant hails likely to be more so around the Memphis, Paducah, St. Louis area. And of course, we've got the severe wind because the storm system is incredibly strong and has a lot of wind associated with it, with significant wind possible. Again, St. Louis seems to be the bullseye for some of the worst weather here over the next 24 hours. Here's our future cast. This is just a big picture, kind of the evolution of the storm system as it evolves over time. You can see how it's going to blast its way through St. Louis about, say 9 to midnight tonight. Showers and thunderstorms will ramp up across East Tennessee as we head through the day tomorrow afternoon, and then tomorrow night is when the actual main storm system comes on through. So hopefully you can understand, and I'll be as clear and concise as possible. So our risk for Saturday into Sunday is elevated. 1, 2, 3, and 4 risk by the Storm Prediction Center, with the bullseye being basically along Interstate 40 and southward. That does include Knoxville, Nashville, Chattanooga, and even stronger risk or a greater threat from Birmingham, Montgomery, into Jackson, Mississippi. Here at home, we've got a level 2 and a level 3 risk for severe storms. It's been a long time since we've had an enhanced risk around East Tennessee, not to mention we have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere to work with. There is a tornado risk, not just a tornado risk, but a significant tornado risk, basically where you see that enhanced risk. And this, again, is Saturday into Sunday. The greatest risk, the greatest threat is probably going to be along the leading edge of the frontal boundary, but there is a risk for seeing some stray thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, anytime after about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I would say the window for severe weather is 2 p.m. Saturday through 2 a.m. on Sunday. So about a 12-hour window that we're going to see this, because we have some storms that will fire up in the afternoon possibly, depending on how the atmosphere all plays out, and then the main line comes in after sundown and lasts through about 2 o'clock in the morning. Could see some large hail. We got some colder air aloft in the atmosphere, so hail is a possibility, but this storm has expansive wind, so significant wind leading to power outages. So make sure you charge up all of your electronics before through the night tonight, and keep them charged early tomorrow and throughout most of the day tomorrow. So 2 p.m. Saturday to 2 a.m. Sunday, we've got a high risk for damaging wind gusts, power outages. That's looking likely with any of the storms because we've just got so much wind to work with. A medium category when it comes to tornadoes. This is an elevated category by all means, especially considering here in East Tennessee. Now, tornadoes aren't too frequent, but the atmosphere is conducive to produce some larger tornadoes on Saturday. Medium category for 1-inch diameter hail. That's probably about the extent that we'll see. That's quarter size, and that's damaging hail, by the way. And a medium risk for flooding and flash flood concerns, especially across the Cumberland Plateau. So know where you'll go when severe weather moves in, if it does. If you're on vacation, if you're in a hotel room, if you're in a mobile home or in your trailer because you're camping, find a sturdy building around your community that you could take shelter quickly. Now, here's the deal. you're not going to have a lot of time. These storms are going to be racing out of the southwest anywhere from about 40 to 60 miles per hour. That's how fast the storms will go. So the warnings are going to be issued, but you're not going to have a ton of time to take shelter. That's why I said plan now and understand where you will go. Large open rooms are unsafe. Mobile homes or manufactured homes, vehicles underneath overpasses, unsafe. Don't be there. A little bit safer of an area, interior room or closet of a well-constructed building. And the best place, obviously, is a tornado shelter and or a basement if you happen to have a basement. All right, so let's go and walk you through the forecast. So we've got a decaying storm system that's going to be moving its way out of Middle Tennessee. That's going to bring us some showers. Now, this may be overdoing it, but we are going to see some showers from sunrise through about noon. Depending on how this all plays out, really depends on how from noon to 7 plays out. Because if the atmosphere can't recover after being kind of worked over by some morning showers or rain or thunderstorms, then we're not going to see the afternoon storms, but we'll still see the evening storms. So we'll have to watch out for some discrete cells, some individual thunderstorms that may fire up out ahead of the leading edge of the cold front that arrives after sundown. If those were to happen, they will go quickly, they're going to race, and those would likely produce tornadoes. Now, as we get into the evening hours, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, here comes our leading edge of our cold front. And this also could produce damaging wind, heavy rainfall, of course. You can see the intense rain that could lead to localized flooding and flash flooding concerns, but isolated tornadoes, those spin-ups inside that main line. That's midnight on Saturday into Sunday. That's what we have to watch for closely. And then as we get into about the 2 o'clock hour, things will start to wrap up and wind down, at which point we're talking about some cooler, drier, more comfortable weather as we get into our Sunday. So I want to show you a weather map. This is called the Futurecast Rotation. So you'll see me using this kind of a product during severe weather if I need to. It shows rotation in the atmosphere. Anything green is kind of weak, strong is red, and yellow is extreme. And anytime it starts turning yellow, gives us a good idea that we've got some strong rotation in the atmosphere. So from sunrise through 7 o'clock, it's not picking up on a lot of activity. That's all dependent on if or if not, we see any instability during the afternoon. So there are some ifs between noon and 7 p.m. But what we do know is that after 7 o'clock, as the main storm comes on through, you can see that rotation. Look at the reds showing up. So strong rotation, a lot of wind shear in the atmosphere. That's winds changing speed and direction with height. So if you tap into that, it starts to rotate thunderstorms and produces a rotating updraft, at which point we could see tornadoes. That's 10 o'clock Saturday. But notice the location across the plateau, Northern Valley, and the Southern Plateau. That's going to be the greatest threat for tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds. The further east you live, the further northeast you live, the less likely you will see that, but still not out of the question. Look at 2 o'clock in the morning from Oak Ridge to Spring City, Dayton to Tazewell, Maynardville, and maybe even into Knoxville as well. So again, don't take these times and don't take the exact placement of this. This is just a model data. So give or take a couple of hours, and placement could be anywhere from 50 to 100, 50 to 100 miles or so. Maybe not 100 miles, but 25 to 50 miles will make a huge difference on how this all plays out. But after 2 o'clock in the morning, we start to lose that rotation in the atmosphere and the storms start to move on out. Rainfall is going to be incredible and very heavy. Don't take these numbers to heart as well. This is just model data, but the general idea is there. We're talking about incredible amounts of rain that also could lead to localized flooding and flash flooding concerns. So we're definitely going to keep you posted on that. Let's go ahead and take that 7-day full forecast full. And again, warm, gusty, high fire danger. We're pushing close to 80 today. We'll be in the mid-70s on Saturday, but storms start to fire up. It's going to be awfully windy. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday morning, and then more seasonable weather on Monday. We climb right back into the 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, and then by Thursday, well, another system swings on through, and that's going to drop our temperatures once again. So make sure you scan that QR code right there in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. It's going to be your one-stop shop. Again, watches and warnings, push notifications from the National Weather Service. Lightning data, storms approaching, live weather right there front and center at the app. You don't have to go searching for it. And of course, you can always log on to easttnweather.com to download the app and watch live severe weather coverage as well, along with Roku TV, Amazon Fire. You can put it on the big screen. Just search East TN Weather on Roku TV or Amazon Fire. You can download the East Tennessee Weather app on those platforms, and you can watch live severe weather coverage from your big TV so you can kind of get a better view of what we're seeing around town, get a better view of the cities, because it's hard to see some of these cities on a small cell phone. So that's going to be a great resource, or YouTube as well, and of course on social media. So do have a great day. Again, I'm going to have another weather update at 6 o'clock tonight. Make sure you check back in as we get into our Saturday. Saturday morning, we'll have a live weather update starting off at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then we'll be talking more importantly about the event ahead that is coming our way. All right, we sure hope you have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine and the warmer weather.